Despite my desire to be extravagant, I only associate with the world's most powerful people in the most opulent settings. Europe is the global leader in luxurious settings. The supercar was born there, thanks to companies like Lamborghini and Ferrari. It serves as a fashion destination for people from all over the world. The table below shows the top 10 European earnings. Europe is a millionaire's playground because it has so many castles, palaces, and beautiful views. It also has a lot of art and culture. Welcome to Financial Fluence. In this video, I'll show you the list of the richest people in Europe. Let's now get going. Number 10. Palanji Mistry, $15 billion. Even though the Indian billionaire spends most of his time in Mumbai, he owns the 150-year-old Chapurji Palanji Group, a construction giant in Mumbai. His family also owns 8.4% of Tata Sons, the holding company for the Tata Group, a conglomerate of over 100 companies with a combined annual revenue of $100 billion. He renounced his Indian citizenship in 2003 and became an Irish citizen, which he was able to do because he and his Irish wife, Pat Parrott, owned a 200-acre stud farm on the Emerald Isle and were by far the country's wealthiest people. Number 9. Leonardo Del Vecchio, $19.8 billion. Leonardo Del Vecchio is most likely responsible for any prescription glasses or sunglasses you've ever worn. At age 25, he started Luxottica, which he later grew by buying Oakley, Ray-Ban, and Sunglass Hut. This made Luxottica one of the largest eyeglass companies in the world. He is Italy's second richest person, with an estimated net worth of $19.8 billion. 7,000 stores and over 77,000 employees. With 6 children and a home in Milan, the world's fashion capital, he works and plays hard. Number 8. Suzanne Clayton, $21 billion. Suzanne Clayton is Germany's richest woman. Suzanne's father had these items, but she transformed them into something far more valuable. She was able to acquire a 50.1% stake in the chemical manufacturer Alana, as well as a 12.5% stake in BMW, a company founded by her father, thanks in part to a series of astute decisions and investments he made on his deathbed in 1982. As a result, Alana is now one of the top 30 German companies as a result of her efforts, and she owns nearly all of the remaining shares. In short, Clayton is a force to be reckoned with in anything she sets her mind to. In addition to being a powerhouse in the boardroom, she has made a lot of other investments, and many of them have done very well for her. Number 7. Claytonani Ferrero, $22.4 billion. Giovanni Ferrero, the owner of the candy business that bears his father's name, has a net worth of just over $22 billion. He formerly managed the business alongside his father and brother. His grandfather started the company in 1946, but they both passed away in 2011 and 2014, giving him complete control of the empire. In 2018, the empire bought Nestlé's whole American candy business, which gave him control over Butterfinger and Baby Ruth. The empire owns brands including Ferrero Rocher, Kinder Joy, and Tic Tac. The business is highly profitable, selling around $13 billion in confectionery each year, and the company has billions of dollars in reserves. Number 6. Dieter Schwarz, $22.6 billion. Dieter Schwarz, a German, is the 36th richest person in the world, with a net worth of $22.6 billion. The Schwarz Group, which he obtained after his father passed away in 1997, is the main source of his riches. With 12,000 Lidl and Kaufland stores bringing in close to $121 billion in annual revenue, the company is the biggest grocery retailer in Europe. He, his wife, and their 2 daughters reside in Heilbronn, Germany. After he quit being in charge of his supermarkets in 1999, he went to great lengths to protect their independence. The voting rights were given to the new company when it was still young, and 99.9% of its shares were donated to a charity that encourages intercultural contacts. And before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to be notified every time a new video is uploaded. And let's continue. Number 5. Elaine and Gerard Wertheimer, $29.2 billion. Because their grandfather, Pierre, gave Coco Chanel money in 1920, the Francis Wertheimer brothers have a combined net worth of $29.2 billion. They now rule over a vast empire, and while their fortune was largely inherited, they've made a series of wise investments that have only increased it. Others in the industry refer to them as fashion's quietest billionaires because they are co-owners of Chanel. They are unassuming, never give interviews, and if they attend Chanel fashion shows, they drive themselves there and sit in the third or fourth row to avoid drawing attention away from the event. Number 4. Francois Pinault, $29.7 billion. Francois Pinault and his family own the majority of Kering, a luxury goods conglomerate that includes, to name a few, Gucci, Saint Laurent, and Alexander McQueen. Furthermore, he owns Converse shoes, Samsonite, the Vail Ski Resort in Canada, and Christie's Auction House, all of which reflect his hobbies: Venice, skiing, and one of the world's largest contemporary art collections, owning the Palazzo Grassi in Venice, where his artwork is displayed with over 300 pieces by Picasso, Damien Hirst, and Marshall Race, among others. Because he loves art, he gave 100 million euros to help rebuild Notre Dame after a fire damaged it in April of 2019. He also owns an expedition company, a theater in Paris, a French soccer team, a number of vineyards, and not only does he own a luxury private yacht, but he also owns a luxury ship operator with a fleet of yachts that carry over 23,000 people each year. Number 3. Francois Bettencourt Meyers, $49.3 billion. Francois Bettencourt Meyers, the granddaughter of L'Oreal's founder, is the world's richest woman. She currently owns 33% of the cosmetics company and has served on the L'Oreal board of directors since 1997. Meyers is also the chairwoman of the family's holding company and the president of their philanthropy foundation, which has a $700 million endowment and is used to support France's science and arts advancement. She got her money from her mother in 2017, and it is estimated that she is worth $49.3 billion right now. Number 2. Amancio Ortega, $62.7 billion. Amancio Ortega is the founder of the clothing company Zara and the world's richest retailer. He also owns 59% of Inditex, the world's largest clothing retailer. Even though he is in most markets and you might own something made by one of his companies, his net worth is only about $62.7 billion right now. Because Oman Co. is a relatively low-profile firm that takes great care to protect its owner's identity, the first photograph of him was only published in 1999. Despite being in business for nearly 50 years, he has only given a few interviews. He is well known for leading a simpler life and resides in Corunna, Spain, with his wife. He used to eat at the same coffee shop every day with his employees, but now he owns an equestrian center in Galicia, Spain, drives an Audi R8, has a $45 million Bombardier Global Express BD 700 private jet, and is frequently on his 67-meter yacht, Drizzle, which is based in Saint-Tropez. However, it is his philanthropic efforts that have garnered the most attention. In 2012, he gave 20 million euros to Caritas Internationalis, a Roman Catholic charity. He also gave 300 million euros to help Spain fight cancer, which paid for 440 machines to find cancer and 50 machines to treat it with stereotactic radiation. Number 1. Bernard Arnault, $76 billion. Bernard Arnault, the world's 4th wealthiest individual, is most likely the person you want to meet in Europe. He is the chairman and CEO of LVMH, the world's largest luxury goods producer, which includes brands like Louis Vuitton, Dom Perignon, and Tag Heuer. He is said to be worth $76 billion. He and his wife, Helen Mercier, a Canadian concert pianist, live in Paris on the left bank south of the Seine River, near the Latin Quarter and Saint-Germain-du-Pré. The house is filled with artwork by Picasso, Andy Warhol, Damien Hirst, and Jean-Michel Basquiat. As you might expect from a powerful person, he and his children use a large vacation home in Saint-Tropez, and he has spent at least $96 million on a lot of properties in different parts of Los Angeles. In 2017, he met Donald Trump just a few days before he took office, and he often meets with other heads of state. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy similar stuff, check out my other videos, and if you like it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.